Hello everybody, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Friday, welcome to your weekend, should your weekend begin on a Friday. We're back. It is top of the hour-ish, and I popped onto Warlock to do the Nightfall invasion because I have some vague feeling that I should transmog or cat progress or something. I do want the cat mount. How is everybody today? We have a cup of coffee, Astrid, Boogie, Nanny, Kezo, Octopussy, of course, and Jake. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. Today, I want to work on getting my poor befuddled arcane mage up to 80. He is 77 and like a half after the Children's Week quest that we did. So I wanna work on that. I think that my best bet is probably just gonna be to find some War Within campaign quest or zone questing and just kind of work on that. I think that'll be faster than trying to piece together anything else, especially now that I've done all the delves. Day's tired, ready for the weekend. Hello. That is it's the right time of the week to be tired. You can recover all Friday and then be ready to go on Saturday. Go where? Anyway, we doing something? Yeah, I got 75 rep. That's good. I found white asparagus at a European grocery store, so I'm gonna do some culinary science. I'm not sure that I've heard of white asparagus. You'll have to experiment and report back. Never seen such a thing. What do we do? Waves a spider, something like that. Cupcake Chaos, thank you for the 52-month resub. Hello, hope all is well, Hazel. Hello. Can't complain. Doing all right. Getting things together. Heard of it, never tried it. Suspect it's very similar. Nightfall limited time? No. Nightfall is here to stay as far as I can tell. Should be hopefully one of those events that is not a problem to do even if other people are no longer doing it. Are you Smurfette? The leveling event is limited time. The Winds of whatever it is they're calling it this time, experience buff. That is temporary. That is only a month long. And I think we're already quite far into it. So if I was gonna be leveling my alts, then today would be the time. Aside from that, I might have more weeklies to do. I might have more rep to get. I just kind of want to have my coffee and get cozy and chip away at stuff. There's a boss. This is much more fun now that there's things to do. The launch week version of this, where you just kind of hung around and killed random things until the end, was not as good of a time. Nightfall murder ball will get smaller with time. Yeah, there may be a sweet spot in which it's best to do it, where it's easy to tag lots of things, but there's still people helping you kill them. But that's really only going to matter for these chests. It seems that you do get 75 rep. Well, I don't know exactly what you're getting rep for, actually. Well, no, I did. Yeah, you get 75 rep every time you unlock a chest, so participating in lots of events can help you do that. But presumably later on when we're doing more damage against these things, as long as the scaling's fine, then we'll be able to do that on your own anyway. I don't believe Horrific Visions is out yet. It's gotta be soon, though, right? Wasn't that coming somewhat soon? Hazel, what happened to Trade Chat? I don't know. Last I heard, which was a long time ago, she was making videos on Facebook. I have not looked into it lately. I did get confused for her once or twice at BlizzCon. It's the pink hair. Horrific Visions May 20th. Okay, a little bit then. Not just yet. Hi, kitty cat. Do you want to come up? Because you don't have to. You can poke around if you want. Don't let me stop you from exploring the office that has been here for 3 years. Yep. Off you go. She's just in a funny mood where she just wants to go noodle around in like all of my storage here and see what she can find, I guess. Silly kitty. Any news in what uniting the 11 tribes of Azeroth is supposed to mean for Midnight? I could not even fathom a guess. I have no idea. 11 tribes of Azeroth. What is that from? Where is that? Was it in like marketing material? 11 tribes. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. Oh, Elven. Elven. Okay, that makes more sense. Not much, but more than trying to pick out 11 distinct factions within WoW that would be somehow more significant than any other ones. Yeah, I got nothing. That wasn't even a typo. That was a me typo. That was a Rito. I don't know if we're gonna be coining that one anytime soon. Let's get our Dark Glare. I like Warlock. This is one of my favorite alts. I've been enjoying this and then the Ret Paladin. I thought I was gonna play Prot and I did not. And I haven't felt any strong need to play any other Warlock specs either. I've been pretty happy with just this. Oh yeah, these bosses take forever. I don't need to worry about doing this in a hurry. You going? You going? What you doing? It smells summery outside. It's one of those mornings where you know it's going to be like a warm, sunny day. I know it's May now, so it's expected that it would be more summery. But it just feels weird. It's nice. I watered my balcony plants. Took Moo for a little walk. I wore a jacket, but then I unzipped it. It's a pretty big deal. Almost never happens. Time to level a second pally for Prot. Yeah. I'm starting to feel a little overwhelmed with all of the different... I think I've reached my alt capacity. I think after I get the Arcane Mage leveled, I think I'm going to take a break from alts for a while. I think I officially fried myself, which is funny because I didn't try any other healers and I didn't try any tanks. I literally just played like 2.5 DPS specs. You went up? You gotta come around this way. You gotta come around this way. Otherwise you're not gonna make it. Up, 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 up. That's it. Good stuff. Yeah. Cat summoning sounds. Yeah. That's it. You got it. You got it.
The sacred flame
there you go. Oh, I got you. I got you. It's not really fair. I've got a blanket on my lap. Makes it tough to stick the landing. If I want to do every weekly thing and every alt full-time job. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. I realized that once I got past 2 alts, I was no longer really able to keep up with delves on them. And I figured I would just kind of rotate out the most geared alt and rotate in the new one, but I don't have the focus for that, so... I do want to do delves. I'm just, I don't know, they're... I need to do so many of them, and there's so few checkpoints of progress in between now. Like, when I was working on the meta, that was more fun. Alright. That got me shoulders, which I did need still, it looks like. It says that's been added to my appearance collection. The white quality shoulders, and then an emblem, which we can use to buy something else. Does she need anything? I don't think she does. Or at least not anything transmog-wise. She has, oh, well, veteran, what was that? A veteran cloak. I suppose I could purchase a champion cloak. We're not too fussed about getting these characters, but it would be a appearance. Let's make sure we have Can I Mog It on, huh? Did not do Elgard Dungeoneer, no. I had thoughts about it originally and then didn't. I think it was made more complicated by the dungeons being split into 2 seasons, so by the time I realized I'd forgotten to do the first season ones, maybe in the 3rd season, if they bring them all back like they do sometimes, maybe then I will consider... Yeah, we can do this. Maybe then I'll consider, being one of the devout grants an additional 212 intellect. Oh. Well. Working on it, but I don't know. I think I'm good. I think it's alright. Oh, I don't even have an enchant on my cloak. I can just pop it out. Nice. How you doing, kitty cat? Haven't seen you on in a while. Seems strange you can't do them all in one season. Kind of annoying. Yeah, I just wasn't organized enough for it. I must not have wanted it badly enough. Should I? Oh no, some of those things can be catalyzed. I feel like I should just hold on to random garbage gear just for the future when they eventually uncap catalyst slots so that I can get like more tier appearances and whatnot. But it kind of hurts my back. Anyway, that will be good for, we got enough fragments to get that quest, that weekly done as well, so we can go home and turn that in and maybe start leveling. Yeah, there is yeah, you're right, there's a Delver one as well. I'm really close to having the Delve one finished for Priest. I've almost healed all of the Delves on an 11 or whatever it was that they wanted me to do. Yeah, you could do the Delves one. I feel like maybe they didn't bribe me well enough. What do they want? What were they going to give me? I feel like nothing. Yeah, they're not required, which makes sense. I feel like it would be weird for them to put those in a meta. It wouldn't be the first time they've incentivized people to make multiple characters, but I don't know if they usually make you play multiple roles for a meta, so it might be just for achievement points. I don't really collect points for their own sake, so I think I'm probably okay. Or I don't collect points for their own sake yet. There's this thinger. Collect some raid appearance. Medi looks so cool. Hi, Scarlett. How you doing today? Happy Friday. Kitty cat is head bumping the hell out of my mouse hand. Aww. How did you get to be so sweet? Why are you so cute? Hey. Oh. So close to 40k achievements. Holy. I need Blizzard to put the rotation helper in now. I know it's coming soon, but I need help now for my poor mage. We'll just be questing. It'll be fine.
Speak your piece. I'll contemplate.
Anything good?
On Azeroth,
3k gold.
Copper
keep.
Powerful source of corruption.
40k is huge. You get a transmog with Dungeoneer. Oh yeah, it wasn't
The keepers.
It was just one of those like sets that looks like the ones you get off the Oh man, there's all kinds of stuff out there. I haven't done any glory achievements in like some time.
Imprisoning its
Oy.
last vestiges in the deep places of the world.
Little C2222, thank you for the 16-month resub. Doing a great job, Hazel. Thank you. One world quest. Darn worm theory. Excited to finish it. Yeah, waiting for the world quest is really annoying. Everything else you can kind of do, but that one kind of sucks. I have a good amount of coffer keys. Part of me wants to what did I get? Oh, veterinary. Part of me wants to work on these, like the opening bountiful coffers with restored coffer keys. Because you could use alts, and you could use your alts keys to like really chew away at that. You get a title, you get a back piece transmog. It would also be leveling for Bran. It's just a lot of delves. It's a lot of delves. If I'm gonna do it, I feel like I gotta really do it. I don't know if I have it in me to do it in half measures. That's guild bank. That's not right. Key to Madness 500. Yeah. So like, and it's not like you have to do it within one expansion. You've got time. So I'm going to put in my Warbound epics. And I think at some point in my life, I'm going to go through and take out the adventure stuff and just DE it. I'll pop that in there for now, but I think I'm just going to shard those things because at this rate, we are going to run out of room. There is going to be a lack of room at some point. I don't think we need to wear the adventure stuff anymore. How am I? I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I'm trying to eat my elephants, so to speak. This guy. Oh, he's level 78. That's even better than 77. We only got 2 levels left to go. Any incentive to buy all Warbound bank tabs besides more tabs? Did they give you anything for having all of them? I don't know. I didn't think so. I still only have 2. I have 1, 2. Okay, so he's in Stormwind. Oh yeah, he was running all over the place doing Children's Week stuff, which is great. Not a problem, totally fine. He is 78. He has Tailoring, which I don't even know if I visited a Dornegal trainer. Here, let's port to Dornegal. I do enjoy having mage teleports. That part's pretty nice. There is an achievement for all tabs. I took it out, but then added it back. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I think I just need to find a project in the game that I can do. At least for now, getting this guy to 80 is a project that I can do. It's a task that I think I can manage. We'll pop on another wisdom. I think what I want to do, actually, I think it's 35k gold. Oh yeah, it was the Children's Week thing. He's got his 35k gold. Also, I can't forget, I'm not doing it today because I kind of did a lot of it yesterday, but at some point during Children's Week, which is not infinite, basically only lasts until Monday. So maybe sometime this weekend. I need to do more of it because I don't have the weapon transmogs yet. There's weapon arsenals and I have not got them, which is a problem. Pick up his Delve quest. But I had big dreams of being a tailor. Hello, can you
Do
please
you have
help
a
me find the person that can make that happen for me? Profession trainer, tailoring.
Resuming work
Yep.
site.
Never actually done this one before. Working on Family Battler of Undermine. Nice. I like Foreman a lot. He's very cute. All the hyena cubs with the goggles are real cute. Working. Kazalgar tailoring. Okay. Can I learn anything? I don't know the first thing about it. They want me to unravel. I've never heard of any of these things. I guess you don't get them until you're a tailor or something. Maybe we'll worry about that later. Do we have... Did I not start the campaign? Use the teleport scroll to meet Jaina and Silithus. I don't think I started the campaign. All right. Hang on. Be right back. Silithus ahoy.
Another vision. You saw it too.
War
I'm
within. Yep.
Stronger.
That's funny. I didn't realize that I had bypassed it.
Well met.
Yeah, so we're gonna skip the intro
Together.
quests. I don't know why. I'm questing just for the sake of questing. I just don't remember how long they are. And then we can go pick it up over on the coast there. Cause I like the Isle of Dorn intro. I feel like it's good questing. It feels reasonably fast to do. There's all manner of other stuff we can do here. I am eternally getting distracted by world quests, especially if there's like an upgrade, like a gear upgrade for me, or if there's gold. It's hang on. I have a button for this. Whoa. Let him go. He's having fun. He's having a good day. Should I have any of the... I didn't get any flying mounts from Trading Post this month. I did get the 2 ground mounts. And then I got the pet. Maybe we should have my boy Churro out with me today. Here he is. We'll stick him on the bar. Spend some time with him.
And make them think twice about bothering
Do you guys have your Weechi unlocked yet? And if so, do you have a favorite costume for him? You can put him in a shark hat. You can put him in a murloc hat. You can put him in a fox hat. I don't know why I thought that was going to hit him. Slow falls on cooldown. You can also save yourself with teleport. What, like teleport? Like I can cast it while falling? Also, Slowfall doesn't have a cooldown. It's an instant cast. It's a spammable instant cast. Oh, I forgot about the satchels. That's right. There we go. Mysterious cuffs. Oh, I did need those. Like blink. Gotcha. That makes more sense. I don't think I'm good enough to do that. I think that would be tricky. I already struggle with saving myself with warrior heroic leap because sometimes I just can't find a place that they're going to let me jump to. Ouija does not interest me. It's okay, I won't tell him. I'll keep your secret. Hazel, just get good. What if we're as good as we're gonna get, you know? What if this is it? This might be it. I could live with that. Hi, kitty. He's so cute. I like how they're talking. I mean, I've said this before, but this world quest is funny to me because they're all like, oh man, bread's not good for seagulls. You better take it away from them. Also, if you could murder a bunch of them, that would be great too. I'm sure you can get better. What makes you think I want to, though? You know? It's, maybe I'm skilled enough at pleasure activity. Maybe it's fine the way it is. Coffee? Did I ever fix? Yeah, I did the Lionel thing. I remember doing that early. These are also like clearly not seagulls. That is a bird of prey if I've ever seen one. Are you saying Hazelbro days are over? I think Hazelbro bit the dust. I think he's been deleted some time ago. In the dead of night, a mysterious wraith came for him and no one heard him scream. Happens, you know. Say Livy. Urbing's decent experience too, although it's probably stronger before I run out of rested. Such a menace. You're not a menace. You're perfect.
That should keep them at bay for now. Eating
Did you
all
go
that is
Hazel?
not good for
Bro,
them
when you
anyway.
delete them. Ascendancy's here. I don't know why I'm excited about this. I never remember to actually use this trinket. It's just item level, I suppose. Gets him a little bit of extra intellect and haste. Am I a menace? We're gonna have to define menace. Oh. I think it's me when I'm out in public, not looking where I'm going. That is a snail. That's not useful to me. I think I'm gonna untrack pets. We don't need them right now. Herbs. Ooh. Oh, a rare. Do these give me good experience? I forget. Let me see. Also, I don't remember the faintest idea of what to do aside from press the ones that light up. It was something to do with Arcane Surge. And then, oh, that one. Touch of the Magi. Yeah, that was good too. I didn't use it though. Forgot. It gave me some reputation. I don't know if that was what I needed. Watch anything good. I've been watching Ted Lasso. I'm in the middle. I'm kind of approaching the end of season 3. I heard they were going to make more of it,
Rescue who you
but
can
I'm towards the
along
end of
way.
season 3. It's been nice. It is pretty much what I am looking for from a show right now, which is vaguely heartwarming and pretty basic. I did finish You. Yes, I did watch that one as well. I do not watch Survivor. I did when I was a young child, and it's shocking to me that it's still going. Not a bad thing, mind you, just really impressive. Could go for basic and heartwarming. Ted Lasso is another Apple TV Plus. I already had it because I had got signed up for it for Severance, and I was just kind of looking to see if there's anything else on it I wanted to watch before I canceled it. Survivor is the whole reason I decided to immigrate to Canada. What? Don't they film Survivor in, like, tropical places? White asparagus. Indeed asparagus, just milder. Good, but it was a treat. More expensive. Fancy. I imagine you could make it look really pretty on a plate for a dinner party if that was the kind of thing that you aspire to. It sounds like something that some people do. It's not something I've ever done. Yeah, it isn't tropical. I mean, we are a rainforest. We're just not the kind with the toucans. Oh, she can't move. Needs help.
Oh, Dagrin, are you all right?
Yes. Thanks to Granda teaching me.
Excellent. My arcane guardians will hold this area. Help the
I
others.
think we can get...
We've got to find him.
I think part of my problem is I don't even know what I'm going to do when I get to 80, but I can't very well leave him at 78. That's just sad. Is that the kind of thing you asparagus to?
Always stinks.
It's okay. I
Keep
could,
moving. I'll take care of the wounded.
we can
here.
infer the sentence structure from context clues more or less.
No, Mana. I cannot.
Drag them screaming into the depths.
Much better. Now, use this scroll. These relics must be destroyed before they overload.
You'd think I would be better at these quests. I've done them a bunch of times. I think Mage stresses me out because I just face tank things and then I get to half health and then I go, I don't have a heal or anything. My big plan is no plan at all. Cool Rainforest in Washington. Visited one last summer. It was fun. Army of Rat Elves is the mark of a good achievement monger. I don't know if that's what I am, though. Are you playing with a pen? Or are you just grooming yourself from the pen with the collateral damage? I gotta go out today. I've got errands. I gotta post something. I should probably go to the bank. There's banks in any direction. I don't know. I have a very tiny fear that someone's gonna rob the bank while I'm waiting in line. And statistically, I don't think it's wildly likely to happen. And even if it did happen, I don't think I would be wildly likely to get hurt. But it's just, you have nothing to do but think when you're waiting in line. See, every class gets an out-of-combat heal next patch. I did not see that. That's interesting. Wild fear, but that is what fears are, I guess. It's not like a crippling thing. It doesn't prevent me from going to the bank or even distress me terribly much, more so than just talking to people does, but can't quite get rid of it.
My friends again.
I haven't been inside a bank in so long.
Magni's in trouble.
I'm a little, some
Magni
things,
can't hold off Xerix much longer.
I don't know, I haven't used an ATM in a long time because I used an ATM long time ago and it ate my debit card and it was really annoying trying to get it back. So I will generally, if I have like a check deposit or something, I'll try to do mobile deposit, but some things I'm more comfortable just taking to a teller. Who still uses cash? People use cash, not necessarily me. Sometimes you get it as a gift, or people will get cash for traveling. Of all the things you worry about, what is the least likely to happen? Well, worry implies that I think it's going to happen. What is the least likely to happen? I thought of getting a terrible illness and not seeing a doctor in time because I don't see doctors, but that's actually not unlikely, so that one's valid. That's just my anxiety telling me that I should get medical attention at some point in the next 20 to 30 years. What else? Train Stormrock Band. Going to Donegal. Naming the fear gives it power. I think not naming the fear gives it power. If I had to, if I don't know. Sometimes just ignoring it and pretending it's not a thing will make it worse. Tell us all your fears and we rank them on stream. Bank being robbed would seem to be on the list. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe something trafficky. I think that I'm more likely to be in a traffic accident than I am to have the bank be robbed while I'm there. There was an armed bank robbery not far from me a couple years ago, but it's like, you know, there's a bunch of banks in the city. It was years ago. I don't believe anybody was hurt. It'd be scary though.
This storm rook will reduce those spiders to ash.
Traffic accidents unsettlingly common. Yeah. Yep. And that upsets me. Get worried that I'm gonna meet a Joe Goldberg. I feel like if I did meet a Joe Goldberg, so to speak, I wouldn't be in a wild amount of danger because I don't let people into my life. Like, generally speaking, he's not usually offing people until he's at least wormed his way in a little bit. And there's
They are retreating.
just not something that happens.
Executed, Outlander. Now, I believe you and your friends
Generally not that
have
big a
much
deal.
to discuss.
I mean, whenever there's a pileup on the Malahat, which is kind of like the main highway out of here that I've been driving a lot recently, it shuts the whole thing down for hours. So even if you're not directly involved, and even if you don't go off a cliff or whatever, which is kind of a real concern because there are a lot of cliffs involved, you're still like potentially sitting there for like 3 to 4 hours waiting for it to get cleared.
Chaos and destruction.
I should have some more supplies in my car.
Has anyone
We're
seen
so bad.
Kagor?
My worry is a health provider meeting someone that stalks me because their licenses are public.
We
Never left. Hey,
will
SK.
believe him in
Hi.
time.
How you been?
But Thrall is right.
So bad.
Without reinforcements, we're at Zalatath's mercy.
We will be back.
We're discussing which ones of our fears are most or least likely to actually happen.
What is your query? I will check on my people, the Oathsworn, while you clear the rubble. Edicts guide you. Gone, filth of the depths! You hold no claim here!
I feel like it would be fun to be one of those people that's not really afraid of anything because they've already made peace with the fact that they're going to live and die with like a certain amount of care or carelessness, and they're not interested in changing that, so they're just going to let it be. That sounds like fun. What about the fear that your least likely fear comes true? The crabs and lobsters. Mm-hmm. Arachnophobe mode. Very liberating. Yeah, that'd be nice. I think that sometimes I worry just because as long as I'm worrying about something, I don't have to do anything about it. It's like an avoidance activity for me. I feel like I'm being productive because sometimes when I worry about something, it motivates me to actually like prepare. Good example of this is worrying about travel tends to make me double check my documents and have them in order and know where I've left them and know what time I'm going to leave and all that good stuff. But most of the time it's not productive at all. And it's just a lie that I tell myself. You can do the Flames Radiance event on level 70s. You can. It will give you gear that is level 80. It'll give you rewards that are level 80 in Warbound, and you can just wear those later. Or you can stick them in your bank for other characters if you wanted to.
Nerubians everywhere. Look out!
Feared flying for years, wouldn't fly. Did a 13-hour flight, helped so much. Yeah, there's really nothing like exposure, which is always like the worst thing to hear when you're trying to work through a fear to be like, well, just do it, because it's obviously not. It doesn't seem that simple, and there are more steps to it than that. But that's kind of, at least for me, the core thing that helps me make scary things less scary is just to find either a less scary version of them to start with, but for the most part, it's just a situation that forces me into it, and I don't have a choice, and then it sucks a lot, but then when I've survived it, it's a little less scary for next time. Do I need to be in here for any reason? Am I speaking to these people?
You have my focus.
I can ask her to access a log entry. I don't think I need to, though.
Who granted me the gift of the forge.
How do you feel about the one-button DPS rotation helper thing? Sounds great. Sounds like a perfectly lovely thing to have in the game. I don't know if I'm going to use the one-button version of it personally, but I think it's good that it's there for people that want it. The more I fly, the more I think my number's going to come up. Yeah, being in the air does not frighten me as much as being on the road does, to be honest. I don't know about the statistics of it, but planes don't wildly stress me out. Which is kind of lucky, because you never know with me. Ruby Bea, thank you for the 12-month resub. I don't think I need to go in there. I think we're all good. I think we have to ask a guard about profession trainers. That's what.
I'll be back for you when I know it's safe.
May the Titans.
Speaking of scary things, how much are you stressing about the wedding? Well, a little more now. Although I can't blame you for asking. It'll be fun. It'll be good. Everything's more or less ready. It's just going to be a busy couple of days.
The entire isle is under
Interesting
attack.
interview. Like the way Ian described the
Praise
WoW
the
team philosophy and how
Titans,
it's
you are
shifting.
safe, Mayrand.
Nothing like getting anxious while flying, while your aerospace engineer fiance tells you the physics wouldn't let you just fall out of the sky in turbulence. One button thing can be great for accessibility needs, elderly children, etc. Exactly. I think it's good. Wedding, yeah. Yeah, I need a week off next week-ish. Tried redirecting my anxiety into I'm excited about blank, and it kind of works, I think. That's a good one. It's often true as well. I'm very anxious about everything to do with house hunting and buying a house and then eventually maintaining that house, but I'm also excited about it. I think they're kind of two sides to the same coin.
I have an extended supply.
I'm not going to do a wedding stream. My plan is to be, like, gone for basically a week, 7 or maybe 8 days, and then I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to be exactly the same, but technically married. That's the extent of the content that I'm planning on. I am getting married. is wedding for my husband, future husband, as a fiance. It's some important streams. I haven't been like I don't know. We've mentioned it's come up, but it's not a secret, but it's also not like a big feature either. Husband to become a I wanna work more on my vows today because I wrote my vows, but I don't like them, and I want to do them again.
I'm not about to leave the Isle of Dorne unexplored.
It's hard to write things that you know other people are gonna hear. My child is gonna be wearing a haptic feedback vest to feel pain every time they take damage. They have to play Outlaw Rogue and they're banned from playing with a rotation helper. Uh-huh. Would have so much fun with vows. I want her to be short, so I want to make sure I say what's in my heart.
I have calibrated my price.
And I don't know, like I'll write down something, I'll be like, oh, this seems cute, and then I'll read it later, and I'm like, what is this? This is no good. Problem? I'm Hazel. These are my vows.
Must be followed.
I love him. I don't care who knows.
Where the edicts lead. Must go.
Little joke involved. Sure, my husband's would be funny, and he kept it serious for the same / opposite reason. Aww. That was one of the things that our officiant talked to us about, was to make sure that with our vows we're on the same page about length and seriousness, to avoid the kind of thing where one person... Apparently it's shockingly common for people to make jokes and then for the other person to have no idea that they were going to do that. And then you just have to hope that it was a joke that the other person found funny. Present the vows like a raid explainer. Inlan's very far away. Looking for a fishing putty. Yeah, caught my soulmate, just full of fishing puns. Just incoherently mumble. We talked about designing the ceremony in a way that would allow us to present each other with a fish. Our nuptial fish. We've elected to not do that. But
Come on, Ebony.
it's a lovely thought. Please do. No. It's gonna be so hot out. It's gonna be so hot.
Priority wounded.
Also, imagine you go to the lake to catch a fish, and then the fish aren't biting, and you're like, oh no, I'm going to skunk, and my marriage is doomed. It's like a little too much pressure.
Then you'll be the first storm rider it's seen for centuries.
No, you're fine. You're fine. So they want me to do this delve, basically. I've already done it for the Delver's Call. You can do it for the campaign. Is this... Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Brian's gonna do some damage.
All right, let's do this. Through here.
Only just heard about the 1 pound fish song. What's the 1 pound fish song?
Glad to see Avalgon finally sent us some help.
Let's rescue these folks and avoid these webs.
I wonder if they always make you do the same version of this.
Don't step in those webs. Nerubians might pop out if you do.
Not the Nerubians. This one's always the same? Okay. Yeah, we might bring some fishing gear on our honeymoon and do some fishing. We haven't really decided. We haven't really taken a vacation together that's like just us in a long time. We've only really ever done it once before. And we're kind of like not sure how much we need to like, I don't know, like it's when you've lived with Moose, you kind of forget what you did without Moose when you're not chasing Moose around or finding things for Moose to do. It'll be fun. It'll be nice. A viral thing, a guy in London selling fish with a song about his cheap 1 pound fish. Oh. Any grapple point.
That's everyone here. Let's keep this cart moving.
Get the delve quest for it? I already did it for that, unfortunately. I actually did this before. I did this delve. I did all the delves before I got to the point of starting the campaign. Uh-oh. Nerubians. Oh no, this is part of it. Never mind. We're good. We're all okay. Maybe helpful for next alt. Who's to say? Maybe. I don't know if there's gonna be a next alt. I know I talked about doing a healer, but I think I need to close up the alt shop, narrow my scope a little bit. I gotta decide if I want to focus on getting everything that I'm gonna out of Nightfall or getting everything I'm gonna out of Undermine. I feel like I should probably just keep up with Undermine weeklies and just grind Nightfall to get it done if I want to. Because otherwise I'm unlikely to come back and give it that same degree of thoroughness. Port Hardy area, one of my favorite places to fish in the entire world. I don't think I've ever been that far up north. I think the farthest I've ever been has been kind of maybe Campbell River-ish. I had family up there, but that's only like halfway up the island. You never know if there's a next alt. Sometimes there was just 20 left and you didn't know. True. This poor guy. This poor alt. Campbell River's nice. Wife has family there also. Oh, what did he get? Oh, he got a crackling shard! What? That's one of the Alanira shards, and I'm pretty sure that is my first one ever. This expansion has been out for 32 years, and that is the first crackling shard I've ever seen in my life. Only 9 more to go. I'm sure you guys are all like flying around on Alanira already. You got it ages ago, but like, I did not do that. I was looking at it like, what is that? Combine 10 to create a storm vessel that may free Alanira from her prison. I was starting to think that I was starting to confuse Alanira and Breath of Onir or Onara because they have a lot of the same sounds, I guess. Quick math, 288 more years. Didn't know you can get them in delves. Apparently you can, or at least this one. Are they only farmable in Isle of Dorn? I wonder if it's only the Isle of Dorn delves. Nine shards times 32 years this expansion's been out. I'll only, yeah, maybe, it must be just the upper level delves then. Interesting. This might also be like a funky one because this is like the leveling quest version of this delve. Islador delves, gotcha. Okay.
We'll move ahead. Meet us up above.
These are not worth looting while you're leveling because they will not have brand experience in them until later. Is he coming? He's coming. Funky's an underrated word. Multi-purpose too. What about you guys? You guys been watching anything good lately? New movies you caught? TV shows you've been getting into?
Beware.
All right. New directives. You take out the Nerubians ahead.
Have you farmed all the resonance crystal stuff? No. I need a lot more of them. Like a half a mil or something crazy. Korean rom-coms, Drag Race Global All-Stars. If anything, been trying to read more? Well, what have you been reading? I've been rereading books that are already in my library because I'm trying to save money. I guess I could go to the actual library, but then I'd have to go back and make the whole thing. Your stream.
Your mana is looking low.
Watching The Last of Us, pretty good so far. Yeah, I heard good things. Libraries are awesome. Highly recommend. I remember I finally like screwed up the courage to go to the library and get a library card. And I was like, wow, that was great. I have a library card now. Signed up for it, never went back. Not once did I go back. I just got it, I don't know, just for the experience of getting it, I guess. It was exposure therapy if nothing else, but like I have not used it and I've had it for like a year.
Treasure room is up ahead. We'll wait for you to clear the area first.
Thunderbolts was funny. Decent Marvel movie. The Long Bright River series. Faithful and Fall, written by John Gwain. Oh, cool. Victoria Library, very pretty as well. There's more than one. There's more than one in the city. But yeah, most of the communities have them too.
Beware.
Ghost UK is a cozy British comedy. Enjoy your streams. Oh, thank you, Robin Chris. Try the online catalog? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, there may be pretty libraries among them. I haven't been to them all. The branch that I went to is quite small. GVPL has ebooks for rental. You only have to go every 3 years to renew the card. Yeah, maybe I just need to poke around on the website and figure out how to rent and view the ebooks. Maybe that's the deal. Can probably find some new things to write. Because I used to go to the library all the time as a kid. I would just go to the fantasy section and I would pick something that had like a pretty lady or a unicorn on the cover or something. And then I would bring it home and I would read it. And I would bring it back and get a different one. My man is low. I don't know.
Beware.
Looking stronger
That'll work.
already.
Level 79. Plus a satchel. With an offhand.
Bran can't get through.
Oh yeah, teleport. And it's been the city librarian for the past 30-something years. Lots of time spent there growing up. Hoopla or Canopy operate? I don't know. Never heard of them. Get the raccoon mock for the trading post yet? Any raccoons in the chat? I didn't get the raccoon or the fox mock. I got the hedgehog mount for sure. And then I got the Bakar mount. And I think that was it. I think that was all I got. I'm not part of the raccoon overlords.
Nonsense here. I can feel it.
Got all the Ninja Turtle items. Nice.
You'll find me. There's more to explore out there. And you know
If they're not going to let us be Tortolans, we're going to
Resist
do it in the
cave.
best way possible. The first month, I spent all my tendies. Like your backlog, too. The dressed weapons got me.
Keeper's beard.
I mean, when you know, you know.
Is overrun with Fungarians. Outlet.
And whose fault is
Alright.
that?
Now we're
Your
cooking.
edict is to protect the Isle, not just the city.
That is
and
an upgrade.
Not just the Oathsworn.
That is also an upgrade. Anything else?
But you can start by helping the injured.
I saw a Pandaren with a raccoon mod going on. That's pretty nice. I was a Pandaren for a minute in Raid. I stepped over an Atomic Recalibrator. But then the Atomic Recalibrator was still in the room when we were fighting the boss. We were fighting a heroic one-armed bandit. And the Recalibrator pad was just on the ground. And I just kept, like... I was healing, and I was keeping up. But, like, I kept finding reasons to go back to it, to run back over it, to try to get a different transformation. Because I didn't find one that I liked while we were pulling the boss. And it was still there. I think I walked over it until I got the High Mountain Tauren that I started yesterday's stream in. Bandit's a good fight to thematically get random appearances. It is! I agree. This poor guy. I feel like I'm just battering this mage. This is not my only glass animal shirt. I have two. I have a dark one and I have a light one. I wish I'd bought them another size up. I bought mediums and I figured that would be oversized enough. And they were reasonably oversized when I bought them. But they shrunk, as cotton does in the wash. And I kind of wish I had gotten like super, super large ones. Because I just like oversized shirts. It's what I prefer wearing most of the time. And they're big enough. They're big enough for me. I'm decent, you know, but maybe that's why I remember a different one. Yeah, I have this one's kind of like a dark brown, and then I have a white one as well. Enjoying putting down the Regoblinator in groups? People get very confused. What's the Regoblinator? Do I have a Regoblinator? Does it turn everybody into goblins? They add toys so fast now that I like can't keep up with what they all are. Recalibrator, but only goblins. I do not have a Regoblinator. Oh, Dark Fuse. Let me know about the Murloc one. I like the Murloc one too. That one's a shop item though, I think. I have it. Why do I only have 6 of these? Should I not have more ore by now? Hi. I have not been doing any Dark Fuse stuff. I think I should try to do Nightfall first. Speaking of Nightfall, it's going to start in another 2 minutes. So maybe I should bring another character out there to do the weekly again. I have, my hunter hasn't done it yet. And then I haven't done the dailies on, like, any of those characters either. Because realistically, I would need to get the rep to 10. I would need to get a lot of Mog to drop from the boxes, but you would have a lot of dailies with which to get them done. And then, what, the vendor Mog? The white vendor Mog? Because the white vendor Mog can also drop from the boss in the weekly as well. I have never raided with somebody of that name. MDI? Oh. You can do Nightfall pre-80. You can. Yeah, I guess I could go on this guy as well. It gives a little bit of experience. Yeah, let's head down there. That's a good idea. Why am I flying? I'm a mage. Port to Dornigal. The amount of collecting and stuff coming in 11.17 overwhelming me already. Leveling alts for fun. Yeah, I was just trying out different specs for a bit. I have a Ret Paladin, I have an Afflock, and then this Arcane Mage. And then a BM Hunter. And I was just kind of playing them through a little bit of endgame content, kind of getting their item level up. Plus extra characters to use for collecting and stuff. What's your guys' fastest way to get to the Nightfall thing? Because I have been flying down the Corway to Hallowfall and then flying all the way across the Rome, and it's really far. I feel like you would be faster to go up from Ajkahet, but I really hate going up from Ajkahet because I get lost and I can't find the way. Oh, very off kilter. Dawnbreaker portal. Yeah, that would be faster. What am I doing? I was gonna go to the Nightfall event. Fly past Emerald Dark because I'm lazy.
Someone didn't get the message.
Should be
These
starting
are Earth
top of the hour.
resources. We need you to mount a defense.
Oh yeah, Priory portal would be pretty close too. I do have both of those. I probably could have done that. Do you get them unlocked early? My alt wouldn't have those unlocked yet. I guess you have to get to 80 to unlock those teleports. My heart's set there because I already have a port to main city. Smart. Yeah, I'll probably do that actually. That's a good idea. Where you're going is my fastest way to get to Nightfall. Because it seems like the farthest possible point that you could get from Dornigal, really. Everything else you would have a teleport that would be faster. High as I can to the invisible barrier. Dive down from that point all the way to underground. It takes longer, but it's sick. Nice. There is an inn around here somewhere.
And misbehave.
I was flying past here at the beginning of the stream during the countdown to do Nightfall again, and I had that voice acting for
Now this one looks like they have a
I had
story
that
to
voice
tell.
acting for the Lynx Zoomies quest, the Feline Frenzy. And something about an NPC in WoW talking about the Zoomies, it just bothers me. It just feels very out of universe. It feels like modern meme speech almost. It's not that they're not like, I don't know, historically accurate because we're in WoW, it's a fantasy world. They can talk about whatever they want, but it's just a bit strange, right? Felt the same way. I'm not even like against the phrase zoomies. I use them in real life as well. It's just that I don't live in Azeroth. Frenchies get zoomies. My dog does too. He's a big old shepherd mix puppy, and he can really go. Yeah, this was actually not bad experience last time I did it, so maybe this will help me get closer to 80. He is currently 18% of the way there, and this is his last level, 79. I feel like an NPC saying no cap. There's probably other examples, but that's the one that's been standing out to me because I keep flying over it while I'm heading to this event.
A mighty adversary has taken the field.
Yeah, you actually get pretty good chunks for that. That's nice. So if I want everything, if I'm really going to commit to the Flames Radiant stuff in particular,
There are too many injured on the field. Bring them
I'm sorry, they want 45,000 resonance crystals just for Flames Radiance items? That can't be right, can it? That's so many! I was saving them for the goblin mounts. Holy mackerel. Yeah. I think it is. Oh. Defender of the Sacred Flame. So that's when you get to 10, you can get those things. That's when you get to 5, there's a quest there. And this is just vendor stuff. This isn't even counting the things that drop from the satchels and stuff. Like, this isn't even including the sets. I don't know if resonance crystals are better or worse than anima. They're a little... They're at least coming more freely now. I had a hard time with them in the first patch because outside of weekly caches... Well, actually, no, it's still bad to get them outside of weekly caches. I'm just doing more weekly caches now. Yeah, this is all the things. This is the big collection add-on. This is the rank 1... the rank 1 glad for collectors would be to get everything on the entire add-on filled in. Or at least most of it, if I was to make a terrible analogy. This is the mini list. It just shows you all the things that you are missing from the zone that you're currently in. So I can see that I have 44% of things collected from Hallowfall. Talking about transmogs, mounts, pets, toys. Missing all kinds of zone rewards. Spreading the light. Oh man, that's a lot. This event's not awful for alts. You do get half decent experience for doing it. It seems faster than questing once you're kind of in that 70 to 80 range. I wouldn't wait around it exclusively for it, but it's not bad.
burn those defenses to ash before they turn the tide of battle.
Bombs to close the Sureki burrows. There's bombs. Oh, we're going. Do you feel more cooperational or more adversarial towards all the things?
Get in there, soldier.
Do I feel cooperational or adversarial? Oh, thanks for telling me or stop nagging me. Oh, okay. I was very confused. I was like, it's an add-on? We don't really have a complex relationship? No, it's a little more cooperational, but that's because I immediately gutted its ability to nag me. It doesn't come up unless I pull it up. I have all the things on an I call you kind of basis where I have disabled all of the auto loads and I put them on keybinds instead, so I don't ever have to see it unless I'm in the mood to, and then I can hit my keybind and check on it, which helps a lot. It's nice when you can decide when you want to see stuff like that, as opposed to just having it dropped on you. Are you BFFs? Yeah. I also don't feel particularly obligated to get everything, so if all the things tells me about a grind and it looks awful, I just kind of laugh and move on with my life. Nothing in it feels like an obligation to me. It's just kind of options of like, it just sort of feels like a bunch of side quests, really, like a bunch of things that I could pursue if I felt like it. It's fun. Does take a bunch of memory. Absolutely true. Five minutes left on this. I'm gonna open all my chests up at once at the end. Not the satchels, but ooh, those are good. You misunderstand. It is not optional. I think I disagree. Just like the newer sound cues. Do you think you would work up to the more insane grinds if they stopped adding new things to get? Probably. I think it's probably partly the new tide of never-ending things to pursue that kind of stops me from going in on the backlog. It's also that I'm not spending enough time on it. If I really wanted to make a bigger dent in collecting, I would need to probably stream a lot longer. Would you just stop? Nah. Well, I think that, I mean, if they, like, completely quit developing WoW forever, I don't know if I would quit, but I would have a think about it. If they were going to just abandon it completely. For me to be more caught up on collections, I would need them to continue to make content, but like at a much slower pace. They come out with stuff so fast now. But there's nothing that says that I have to get everything, you know.
A squadron of those noxious pests have infested the battlefield. Get in there and squash them. The cowardly crawlers are retreating. Rally to me, and we will finish this fight.
So they have Nightfall for some reason separate from Flames Radiance. That's the Flames Radiance faction, and then this is the Nightfall stuff. So I have a third of the Nightfall stuff done. Interesting. That's not bad, actually, all things considered. I haven't really, like, begun super giga grinding it yet.
Let their arrogance fuel your spirit. Their fear guide your blade. We will
Yeah, those
stand
boxes can have the cat. It's too fast. It's giving me a complex. Don't add new collectibles besides Maw, because that's what drops from dungeons and raids. Oh. Don't you mean all the things considered? Yeah, it's a hard hypothetical to think about because it just doesn't even feel remotely possible. It's like, would you still take out student loans to get a degree if all of your professors were wizards, but you could not actually use that degree to get any kind of employment whatsoever? It's like, it's a fascinating question, but it's not likely to happen. I am not considering getting stuck in a bank robbery. That makes it sound like I'm possibly gonna plan it. That's the kind of thing that's gonna get me on a list. Still considering if collecting all Mechanica is possible. Yeah. You're braver than me. I've already given up on that. So this guy can give... I need to look through this list. The confiscated cultist bag, which I believe is your weekly bag, that has the white colored stuff and also the links. Yeah. Top 10 cozy WoW streamers is a list, right? Got the Void Scarred links. Nice. Yeah, I would like one of those for sure. And then the emblems of service can buy all kinds of their own things, including weapons. I wonder if there's a merit. Oh, I don't want to. I was gonna say to holding on to the holding on to your emblems of service that you buy gear with until you basically have enough to buy everything left, because that way you would be not sort of double dipping with anything that might drop for you from this boss specifically. Unless I'm getting confused. Because the boss just gave me boots. The boots he gave me... No, they're purple. He dropped purple stuff. The white stuff is vendor only then. Right? I just get so confused. Unless the white stuff also drops from the bag.
We are the seekers of light.
Yeah, I don't think that you are able to actually do the weekly yet.
For the Empire.
But I did get some experience.
Bellador
I kind of thought I could do the weekly. I did get some reputation, and I got some spoils. There's a cleric's chest. Champion spoils. Champion spoils had an offhand, which it says is a transmog for me.
Always be prepared.
That was not purple. Okay. So that purple chest has a chance. So you can get things to drop. The white gear drops from the purple boxes from maxing your contribution. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, so it will save you some amount of currencies. You won't have to do it for so many weeks, but also... Anyway. Man, warbound items you get from this event is wild. I feel like I started doing these quests while leveling, and I discovered that while they do give like reputation and whatnot, and it was good for collecting, it wasn't great for experience, and I wasn't very fast at killing stuff. Although I only need another like 2/3 of a level anyway. Maybe things will just die. Maybe I can just click on a bunch of stuff instead. So then where does the Void Scarred links comes from? The daily bags then. So if I want to, I could grind for chances at that by just doing the dailies all day, because I could do them on as many characters as I want, including level 70 characters if it really got out of hand. And then I would be getting just buckets of warbound equipped veteran purple colored and quality gear too. Purple box had a trinket. It's not Mog. Yeah, it's always a bummer when you get a trinket or jewelry or something when you just wanted the appearance sets. Yeah, there's 775 items from Nightfall in total. It looks like I have 281 of them so far. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't sound right at all. That can't be it. I mean, I guess I'm not going to sit here and count, am I? I wonder if any of them count for more than one. Like, you've got lookalikes, and they're listed twice, but you would get them and it would take a couple off the list. I'm waiting for someone to tell me that it's not true. I don't have to collect another 500 things. Can be looted and bought, could count 2 times. Yeah, that's got it. There's got to be stuff that's being counted multiple times. Because if the white and the purple sets would both count that way, it would still be somewhere in the neighborhood of like 350 things. And none of them are purchasable as arsenals as far as I can tell. You have to get everything individually. I thinking that getting the big dig, the Arathi, or not the Arathi, the Azerothian Archives Mog was like a big project. Speaking of which, maybe in 15 minutes I'll go do that. Get my priest out there and do some of that for another 5,000 mysterious fragments. This seems like a lot. But if I have this much of it already and I haven't really been giga grinding it, it can't be that bad.
Get the zoomies and misbehave.
Oh, turning the Venom Tide. Oh, an achievement. Wow. And that gave me legs. Did I need them? No, I did not. Gosh. The quest didn't take that long to do though, and it was half decent experience. So I think I am going to work on this. Plus Flames Radiance rep. Are we up to another level yet with that? We're at 2. If I can get to 3, I can buy a pet. That would be exciting. That would be a threshold. I'm still kind of reeling over 45k resonance crystals for all of the Flames Radiant stuff specifically. I don't even want to think about what the Undermine stuff is. All the things. Outdoor zones, Kazalgar, Undermine. Resonance crystals. It says that you need 166,000 resonance crystals to buy all of the Undermine rewards that are available for them. I think that's true. Yeah, and I need another 439,000 if I wanted to get everything that was possible to get with them. I am getting them a little faster, you know, if I do a batch of weeklies, Undermine weeklies, then I get 200 resonance crystals per. Good grief. Oh, hey, knowledge points. It's a big grind. Be nice to get a big chunk of it done, though. I got 55 resonance crystals for doing the last daily. It's nice. How many do I have total right now? I have been kind of saving them up. There's 24k. Sometimes I just centralize them like this. I just transfer as many of them as I can. I'm sitting on like, yeah, 35k or so. 34k. You can count twice, not perfect at calculating. Yeah. It still seems like a lot, though. I guess a lot of those crystals are for buying armor pieces that do technically have their own unique mog, but like they're mainly just like the veteran or the champion pieces that are on the rep vendors for kind of like alt catch-up or gearing. So if you were just getting mounts and pets, it would probably be a little less aggressive. But what if I want everything? I think I am gonna pop over to do the big dig in about 10 minutes. Catalyze things, upgrade gear, yeah. Listen, I'm not thinking about the Siren Isle right now. There's so much stuff out there. There's cool stuff out there too that I don't have. Yeah, maybe I need to accept that I have enough alts and it's time to use them. Yeah, they do make catalyst charges infinite for previous season stuff. So when season 3 starts, we will presumably be able to catalyze as many season 2 things as we want. The trick is hanging on to those things and not, like me, getting frustrated and vendoring and or disenchanting them all. Siren Isle is not wildly relevant gear-wise. It is still good to go to on a fresh alt to get your Circe's Circlet and get it upgraded. Almost all characters will still be able to use that for some time, but outside of that, there's nothing else you really need there. Never enough alts. I wish I could kind of add together the Nightfall and the Flames Radiance sections and all the things to get like one percentage that I could work on. Going back weekly to Siren to collect everything. Smart. Almost over. I mean, that at least is giving you resonance crystals too. Unlike me. Doing the Azerothian Archives. I'm so close to finishing Azerothian Archives though. I know it's like super old news, but I only need like 1 or 2 more pieces of gear. Just the idea that I could actually finish a piece of content collecting wise. I don't know where the mobs are in this one, but I am not having a great deal of luck in finding them. New patch, mostly about catch-up, no new story content. I don't know, actually. If there is story content, I probably skipped through it, because that's not a huge focus for me. Finished the main campaign last night, unlocked everything. Only have a month of dailies left, then I'm done with Najatar. Nice. How's stream going? Big day coming soon? Big day is coming soon. Stream's good. It's nice to be able to turn this on and have people to hang out with, especially when... Ooh, ooh, ooh. Tag it, yeah! Never finished collecting all the Azerothian archive stuff. Got Breezebiter, left the Azure span behind for good. I don't blame you. I still don't have Breezebiter. Oh, there we go, that's good. That's what we wanted. Maybe I'll spy him up as I'm flying out there today. I'm gonna turn this one in, and then I'm gonna pop over to my main to go take a look at the big dig. It's gonna be up in about 7 minutes. It'll take a second to fly out there. Anything good? Trinket again. I don't want trinkets. That's not what we're here for. Don't mind me, work sucks. Best of luck, enjoy wedding. Thank you. I'll try and get another 55 resonance crystals. It'll be something. Oh, it does have the tomes now. The mysterious fortune tomes. I probably should. Well, that event is active. I guess that's one reason to level more alts. Would be to try to get more Mog from those satchels. I have the cloth stuff, of course, but everything else. Port there in your mage? Yeah, I have, I feel like there's some reason that I'm doing it on my priest instead. Although I know that the currency is transferable. You don't want them to make an ATT expansion called All the Bling to track necklaces, rings, and trinkets? That sounds like an April Fool's joke that they would have done at some point. What do you think about Warlock DPS? I think it's fun. I have an Affliction Warlock ult. I enjoy putting out the dots. I don't know how it ranks relative to anything else. I don't usually keep up with that kind of thing, but it's fun to play. Dragon Isles. Where's the dragons? There they are. You can track that at ATT? I don't know why you would. Yeah, I feel pulled in 2 directions with all the things sometimes, where I both want to start at the beginning and collect from the oldest stuff forward, but I also want to collect the latest things that have just come out as well at the same time, like while they're still current. So I end up kind of ping-ponging back and forth, and then every now and then I just do something random in the middle like this. Heading to Big Dig. She has Mysterious Fragments. Oh no, that's market research. How much market research do I have, Henny? Gosh, I love being able to transfer currencies. It's so nice. Some. Not a lot. I haven't been doing a ton of Undermine stuff. Mainly just world quests here and there. Legacy, Dragonflight. Mysterious Fragments. So yeah, I need 25,000 to get the rest of the stuff, which is just 2 items. There must be a 10 and a 15. I can get the 10,000 item, which is the gun. today because I'll get 5,000 fragments from doing this weekly. Might do that. My packs are such a mess. Apparently there are classic rows you can only spawn with items that you had to get back in classic. Yeah, that sounds like a grind that I'm gonna put off until I'm not physically able to do it anymore. Just procrastinate until I can't handle the keyboard. Just wait until they float me out to sea. Okay, this is beginning in 3 minutes. We can pick up our weekly quest. We can probably fly by and just see if Free Spider's up. I don't have high hopes.
What's this? Another curious mind.
I like this one because you just have to remember to swing by and do the weekly once. Also, I don't even remember where Free Spider is, like here somewhere. You just have to swing by and do the weekly once. And then you get like a pretty good chunk of currency that you could use for basically like a half of a mog worth in the vendor. But yeah, anything that's like super unfriendly to collect like that, I feel like my plan is just to get everything else first. And if I reach a point in my life where I am completely caught up on collecting, and those are the only things left that I could possibly get, then I will look into it. When that day arrives, I will have a look-see. Not a moment before then, though. Might be just 1 or 2 things we could collect first. Yeah, my overall for Azure Span in general is only 68%. Well, I don't know why they're counting Theldras as rare. It seems weird. World Boss has some stuff. Some of those things I would need to fight it on another character, presumably, unless they've legacy moded it already. Farak Assaults have stuff. Cobalt Assembly has things that I never got. Really? Oh, yeah. I started playing my own BFA. When I learned about collectibles, decided I wanted to collect everything. Quickly gave up after that. Yeah. It's a little more fun and manageable to be like, I'm going to collect everything from blank reputation, or I would say blank zone, but even zone locking would still be a lot. Yeah, so it's just leather, mail, and plate. So I just need to level a leather, mail, and plate character for a while. And then I would be able to get all these mysterious things. I don't know why I'm tracking customizations. I don't really worry about those. Let's go options, add-ons, all the things. General. Mount modifications. We're not tracking mount modifications. Toys, pets, mounts. Illusions. Fine. Appearances. Fine. I'm gonna uncheck PvP. There we go. That's nice. That's better. Wish the World Soul Saga would reward profession-based players rather than having to start the grind each expansion release. Some association between the 3 for professions would make the grind worth it. It's an interesting thought. It would make it, though, that if somebody decided to start playing as a brand new player in the 3rd expansion, if they were incentivized to have to do that expansion's professions and then also the previous 2, it would arguably make it more complicated than a newbie might be willing to put up with. It's an interesting idea. Meowdy. Hello, Kurtz. How you doing? Happy Friday. Alright, we going? We digging? We're digging. Oh, I'm I mean, holy spec. I suppose that's fine. We can probably fight this boss. Deliver a crate of artifacts. Even something to get the long-term prof players an edge. I feel like a lot of community sentiment is going in the opposite direction of that, where they want to make professions more catch-upable and less long-term investment required. Like, a lot of people are frustrated by knowledge points, or even just like the information grind of trying to wrap your brain around how new professions work in the first place. I think there's a pretty good edge just by being well informed on the system. There's a pretty big percentage of the player base, if I had to guess, that has looked at profession since Dragonflight and decided to interact with it as little as humanly possible because it's just overwhelming. Yeah, and there's going to be housing stuff as well. More gold making opportunities. Oh, bone clover. Professions use all my money. I love professions when I'm in the mood for them, and then I just proceed to ignore them completely until I feel like it again. Between my main and 5 ults, most profs near max. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Am I saving for the hat or the gun? Probably the gun. Yeah. Channel onto the Otter Familiars. I remember how excited I was to finally get this meta achievement done. That'll work. I'm just kind of looking at these Winds of Mysterious Fortune, trying to decide to what extent I want to bother with it. I don't think it would be very hard to get most of it. Getting all of it might be trickier if there was like a specific weapon that you were really trying to brute force. But I feel like I had all of the cloth collected quite early, like well before my character reached 80. I wouldn't even need to commit to finishing leveling a character. I might even be able to do it on 70 to 80s. Maybe the best move for that would not be to like make a brand new fresh character and start leveling it for satchels, but just to take one of my 70s, start leveling them through just like War Within questing, and then be earning the satchels along the way. That might be the move, because I have warriors. I have characters of all armor types at 70. Anybody that I was going to keep. Kill one mob a day, get quick progress. Yeah, I think I might actually try that. I might come around to your idea. That is kind of tempting. I know you said it was the first mob they killed. I didn't realize that would reset daily. Because I have lots of them. Fall in love with playing Disc Priest this season. Such a spicy healer at times. Nice. Priest is my absolute favorite class of all time. It's kind of a funny thing where I feel like every other class has shiny things, like Grass is Greener syndrome, where I'm like, oh man, mages can teleport and warlocks and hunters have pets and everybody has all these things that sound like they'd be more fun. But then if I'm not playing a priest, I'm like, well, but what if I was on my priest? It's just feels like home. When you know, you know. One weapon that only drops for one rogue spec. Make sure your rogues are the correct spec. Which spec is that? I only have the one rogue. Don't remember. Okay. I figured it was like a mystery. Probably worry about it when I get the get him down a little bit further, when I get the list narrowed down. Armor, weapons. I've got a couple of warriors, I'm pretty sure. Crinkle and then that troll that I leveled, Bokoa. Not a bad amount of mysterious fragments. Go for shields? I don't know, you can get shields from a lot of things. I guess it'll depend on what we still need. Because shield could also drop for a shaman. Or a paladin. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do next. Take each character. I know I've gotten a bit off. No, I need to get my poor arcane mage to 80. I said I was gonna do it, and I should do it. He's got like half a level to go. We can stick it out. But I do wanna do that where I take each character and I just kill like a mob on them, get them set up. I do Mythic Plus keys. I am 2743. I haven't done any this week, but we were poking around with 11s and trying 12s and the occasional 13. "24-hour stream is a solution."
Welcome.
That's always a solution. Are they hungry? They're hungry. We bring them soup. Decent amount of fragments for all these jobs we're doing. I think with 1 minute to go, I'm just going to wait for the boss because I have a bad habit of getting distracted. And with this one, the tricky thing is that if you don't tag the last boss, you don't get credit for finishing the event. And that's like the whole reason we're out here. Yeah, I don't know what the percentile distribution for Mythic Plus players is. Gotta be not bad. Sometimes I like to just check where I'm at on my server. Raider.io? I haven't looked myself up in a while. Lightringer. Yeah, so I am the 20th best priest healer on my server and the 25th best priest on my server. Yeah. That was pretty good. It'll do. It's no like number. It's no top 5 or anything, but that's okay. My team is very good. I am blessed with a really fun and very talented group of friends to play with. Server is so small that even if it was top 10, it's not that huge. No, it counts. It counts. I think what's crazy is I think that my priest ranking for Mythic Plus on my server might be higher than my pet battle collection ranking, despite the fact that my pet battle collection is pretty darn good. Just because of what a strong pet collecting server this is. Number 2, Warlock. There you go. Nice. Blacksmithing Hammer. There's a new appearance. 5k fragments. I'm finally going to buy this, not the hat, the light touch gun. And mail it to somebody who can learn it, apparently. What happens if I just vendor it? It's going to want a refund, isn't it? Yeah, it's refundable. I tried to right-click it and it wouldn't let me do that. Let me just mail it to Hunter. I think that's probably the easiest thing for me to do. I remember when you had to transfer the currency over so that a different character could buy it. Mean Beans, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. Appreciate it very much. There it is. Send that over. Lovely. All right, I can't get too distracted. I want to at least get that Arcane Mage to 80 today. 8th on the server for pet score and 7th for number of pets. Oh, that's actually better than I thought. Hi, dearie. Big hug. Thank you.
I have an extended supply of goods for
I have
our
an extended supply of goods. My poor priest has been carrying around a Delver's Bounty that I just haven't had the strength of character to go do. She's done enough delves for now. Alright. Mage leveling. Actually, I should probably take a break at some point. Mage leveling. And then I want to take some of these 70s to try to get some of those weathered satchel items. Also, I'm learning this gun. There we go. Thank you. It's a nice looking weapon. It's pretty cool. Not too bad. I don't have any big plans to use it right away, but you never know. Could happen one day. But first of all, it is over halfway through the stream. I'm going to take a short break and be right back. Okie dokie. We're taking this level 79 mage. And we're getting him to 80. How am I going to do that? Am I going to do... I've got more... If I wanted to double dip, which I kind of do, I've got more Nightfall daily quests. I actually managed to get more than... I had 6 of them because I had picked up a set and then I had untracked but still had another set. Yeah, I've got the Radiant Incursion from Ajka Head as well because I didn't finish them last time I picked them up. Oh, there's also... I guess I'm desperate. If I'm flying by a Pet Battle World quest, I may as well do it. Can't hurt. Any herbs we can pick, also good. Also valid. Not a bad idea. He's still got a tiny little bit of rested left, bless him. And there's our miniature army.
Have you seen any spooky stuff? Don't wander off into the dark.
His transmoga's seen better days. I don't know if this hat is really his thing. I never did do the Kazalgar family battler. That gives a pet as well. I did the Undermine one, but I haven't even begun the Kazalgar one. There's, again, only 4 tamers, so that's good. I believe this is one of them. I think what I would do next time is just kind of go to a tamer and just slam out all 10 pet types just in a row. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe with like a podcast or a movie or something on. Because that'll be worth some points. And a pet who probably gets model changed with arachnophobe mode. Meow. Kitty, you can come hang out in here. I really thought that doing all the delves would get him a lot closer to 80 than it did. Well, good to know. That's at 55%. Anything else that's easy? I know I was talking about how World Quests weren't going to cut it. But now I feel like anything that even gives like a little bit. 55, 56, you know? If I only had to do like 100 herbs, maybe that's worth it. The Lynx riding thing's pretty easy. The assist the Arathi, maybe not so much. Plus then they can stop talking to me about zoomies, at least on this character.
The Lynx, get the zoomies and misbehave. Take one for a run before it maims someone.
I wonder if I've been getting any cloth? You'd think I would be getting more cloth to drop because I have tailoring. Maybe not. A little bit. I figured tailoring would be one of the cheaper professions to level. Because it often is, but maybe the mats are still kind of expensive. They want you to run, eat meat. Yeah, that's the stuff. Use the file to see more herbs. That's true. If I was going to do the rest of it with gathering, that would probably be a smart idea. I thought I bought one as well. Must have been for a different character, although I could just pick it up on my Brutosaur. Is there a knowledge thing for increased drops? Usually like doing that. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm basically tailoring 1, so I wouldn't have unlocked knowledge points yet. That's a good idea. I'm stuck. Thank you. It's the problem trying to take a cat for a walk. This one's not too bad. One more.
Well done.
Okay.
Another win under your belt.
That puts me at 62%. We can wear those, but we honestly don't really even need to worry about it. And you could do the Keyflame weeklies. Oh yeah, I think the Lights Gambit thing is not hard. I feel like you just spam buttons. Tailoring first crafts, not be much gold. When you say not much gold, do you mean like 20 to 30 gold? Because I draw the line at 50. Yeah, I'm not sure whether or not I actually want to do tailoring. I haven't really decided. I picked it up on kind of a whim. But I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how serious I am about it. Here, let's go play the pretend game.
A challenger awaits you for a game of Light's Gambit.
Easy.
Only play when it's day, because at night, monsters fight.
As a completionist, if you had to start pet battling on a new account, what would be some big tips you would have known before? Thinking of starting, that's where most of my achievements are. I would prioritize. I
won't start until you make your first move. Your castle has a powerful
leveling the pets that come up really frequently in strategies. So Zufu's pet guides under their like beginner guide sections, they have lists of like most commonly used pets. So I would probably work down that list to both collect and then level them. And they also have a guide for kind of leveling pets from scratch. I would mainly level them by farming pet charms from doing like world quests and dailies and whatnot. And then buying upgrade stones. I would not necessarily be trying to level with 2 pet strategies or squirt day or anything anymore. I would just buy level stones with charms. Although, if you're trying to collect for the sake of like collection numbers, maybe you want to save those for buying pets. Tough to say. Got well over 1k pet charms sitting in the bank. Never started the achievement grind, only worked on the others. Nice. Yeah, the guide section at Zufu is very good. It'll get you started. Okay, that gave me a ring. And I still had a Tread Pirate ring on, so that's pretty helpful. Oh, it's the same ring I have. I already have a gem-studded signet on. That's annoying. Alright, well, I can upgrade the other one anyway. And then we've got a daily we can do over here. How many resonance crystals do you get for flying through one of these? Oh, 1. Okay. Good to know. Started collecting my account last year, the year before. Did the Safari achievements first. There's the PvP pet battle. Didn't require to use the queue system. Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, I don't have those achievements done. They are... If you do want to work on them, best thing to do is wait for a pet battle bonus week and then do them as close to the beginning of the week as possible, because then the game at least is incentivizing people to queue for pet battles, so the queues will be a little bit shorter. But little bit's kind of the operative word there. Queuing for them outside of that is going to be really tough because the queue times are going to take forever, and you're only going to be queuing into people that are also trying to work on those achievements, and they're probably going to be using meta teams. Which can make for some very slow battles. Once upon a time I had some theory about how I was going to just do like, you know, 1 pet battle PvP queue per day, and that way I was going to chip away at it over the course of years. And if I had done that, I probably would have it finished by now, but I have not. I have not done that. Besides, the queues do take a long time. I guess if I was going to work on that, I would just pick like a meta team that was super easy to execute the strategy for, and then just kind of send it regardless of whether or not it was working. Yeah, I don't know about win trading. Yeah, Shadowlands mission table is still good for pet charms for sure. Little tailoring knowledge. Don't mind if I do. We're only 35% on this. Yeah, I have 308 of 1,000 pet battles won with level 25 pets for the trainer title. And I would have done those a long time ago. You coming back up? I'm a little surprised I have 37k achievement points. I kind of thought I was somewhere in the range of 26. We must have gotten some when we're working on the meta achievements. Does this give any good experience? Not really. Ten wins with a family, pretty doable. Certain families when the meta is favorable. Yeah, I must have done. I did do that one. I forget what you get for it. Something. Family Fighter. Family Fighter was hard. Yeah, I did do it. I did it in 2018. Can you believe that's gonna be 7 years ago? Or it is 7 years ago? Not gonna be. Has been. April of 2018 was fully 7 years ago now. Almost the exact number of achievement points as you. Neat. Working on the Argus one now. The Argus one was very tough for me, partly because it is a tough achievement. You have some very picky fights for Family Battler of Argus, but it was mainly because I insisted. That was the last patch that broke me for insisting on inventing the strategies myself and trying to come up with them on my own. And I had a tough time with that. RNG in that one, yeah. And that was back when I was still doing a video for each one. The good news, as always, which you know this, but you only have to get it to work once. But yeah, that one was tough. I remember I named my Felclaw Marsul Worth just to remind myself of what we went through to get it. That was one of the pets we struggled for the most. Nice. Kitty, you all right? Everything all good? Meow. I think my partner has shut the bedroom door so that he can talk on the phone, and Kitty is not happy about the closed door. Oh dear. Marsuls are really cute. Marsul. Oh no, that's backwards. Sometimes my keyboard does that, and I could not tell you why. Marsul. He looked diseased too. Like he looks like he needs a medicated bath.
Feel the warmth of the sacred flame.
Any luck? Yes. All right. Now we're talking. We got the purple version of the cloth shoulders, and I needed those apparently. Chip a little off the top there. So we are 75%, and I think I'm gonna get a true sight file. Just one. Pop it. And do a little bit of herbing. Don't poke him. You type backwards if your mouse pointer is not another monitor. Yeah, maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. Oh. This patch just remind me of the X-Files. I'm gonna leave. Invis. Maybe, you know what? We're doing it. We're going back to Dornegal. We're gonna see about... I know I just spent like 30 gold on a true sight file, but we're gonna see about some tailoring first crafts. See what they want from us anyway. I keep thinking I can disenchant or unravel gear into cloth, and that would make sense, but it's not how this works. Not even remotely right. Okay. I can unravel Weaver cloth. $25. It's effectively the same price for any of it. Let's get... That is pretty expensive. I'm sure we'll use it for something, though. Decided I don't want to level all my old professions just for housing. Don't want to do all that work. Focus on my main, at least. Yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense. Get to 10? Yes, got to 10. There are patron crafting orders. I certainly cannot make them yet. Have not learned this recipe. Purchasable in the auction house. Oh yeah, competitor stuff. Okay, we can learn some of the stuff from the trainer. That's expensive too. Moss wool thread and weaver cloth bolts. Moss wool thread. Sold by tailoring vendors. Gotcha. Okay. Well, there's a first craft anyway. One pair of cuffs. One pair of slippers. Yeah. You can make a bandage. Yeah, it's like half a bubble. It wouldn't get you crazy far, but certainly enough to finish the level anyway. Need more bolts. Do you miss Dragonflight for professions? I don't think so. I think if I felt motivated, I think I like the system with concentration a little bit better than inspiration. It's just that in Dragonflight I put more effort into it, so I was better equipped, really. There we go. Nice. We did it. Level 80. Don't mind me. For all the good all this is going to do us. Do I need any of them for transmog? I do, actually. No wonder people sell them for gold. Hey Hazel, hey chat, hello! A lot of improvements, somehow also cons. We'll forever hate knowledge point time gates. I feel like they're more forgiving than they used to be. I guess I should just send these BOEs to my priest and she can DE them. That's probably what I ought to do. Now that he's 80, I should I can take him to the bank and I can equip some stuff. Anything that's BOE here? There's got to be a better way to do this. Oh yeah, I'll send over my crackling shard so my main can hold on to it. Forgot about that. Oh, good grief. Being able to put in orders with actual max rank levels is so much better instead of trusting people that they could even maybe do it. Trust issues. Yeah, you only got to get let down once. So if we vendor soulbound stuff, we keep the warbound stuff. Oh, didn't open my soldier's coffer.
I have many wares.
Nobody likes spare toolboxes. We're getting rid of them. It's just overwhelming. There's just so much gear to sort through. Well, like, a lot of it's great gear. Maybe organize things a little bit. Current me is sad that past me biffed on leveling professions. What I'm doing now is I'm ready to make things when housing starts. Well, you got plenty of time. I think it's a perfect time to start doing that. Okay, so he's gonna wear legs, cloth legs, cloth belt, cloth shoulders. That's an offhand. It's got two offhands. And an int dagger, so you can do both. Main hand, offhand. Nice. We can kind of put his Mog back and vendor the things that we just unequipped. Yeah. Oh yeah, trinket. And then I bet he's got even more stuff he can put on from the Warbank that he hasn't equipped yet. Let's see. So he would need maybe a helmet. He's got... What about head? You can put on a Remnant of Darkness. Neck. Looks like we've got Adventurer necks. Better than nothing. Can I equip it right out of the bank? Not exactly. I can put it over there and then I can... Neck. He's wearing shoulders. What about a cloak? Or back. Sorry, you have to type the name of the thing. So he's got adventure backs. Maybe I don't want to get rid of all my adventurer stuff because sometimes that's the only slot that I have. What about chest? We've got mail, plate, cloth adventure chests. Better than nothing. Bracers, wrist, leather. What about gloves? Hand. Plate. He's got his belt and his legs. What about feet? Mail. Ring? Finger. Yeah, he's got a real ring. And then we can probably replace the other one with one of these whole bunch of doubloons. Yeah, I guess I will keep that blue stuff around because I am using it. And then trinket-wise... Yeah, you can wear one of these goblin grenades. I think I'll probably wear the blue one. I know I have an epic one, but I'll save it for somebody who's better. There we go. One. That puts him up to 601. Item level 601.
Oh, I have just the thing, Wanderer.
Not awesome. Could be worse. Lovely. Normally, if I'm just gearing up a character, there's all kinds of stuff that I do right off the bat, but I don't know if I'm going to worry about it on this guy right now. Kind of a later me problem.
For outlanders.
We can get a couple of extra pieces of epics to stick in there. Pretty close to LFR instantly. Okay, so he's level 80. We did it! Huzzah. Next order of business, I want to take each of my 70s and I want to kill one mob in War Within zones on them. Which may mean taking them out of the Western Plaguelands. Why were they in the Western Plaguelands? Scalamons? Scalamons, probably. Yeah, the only characters that need to be in Scalamont still are my, whatchamacallums. Not these ones. We can basically just take him to Dornegal and just go kill a mob out there, I think. It's funny looking into a character that was like halfway through a big gear grind. How do you feel about the collector's buff? Excited. Curious to learn more details. Interested. Sounds like it's right up my alley. So I don't need any of these things because I have those collected. We can abandon all of these quests. Poor guys. Oh, I literally don't need to do this on a clothy, actually, because I have the stuff that the warlock would do. Everybody else needs to do this. The clothies I can actually skip. Sorry, boy. The boy, the myth, the legend, he's retired. You could do Dragonflight zones if it's faster. That's a good point. That is probably actually faster. Depending on where their Hearthstone takes them anyway. This is my rogue. Yeah, that'll take me to Veldraken. You're right, we can just go pop a mob out there. Or I could just start them in War Within stuff.
Light be with you.
Their Silithus phases are probably all changed actually because of because I was farming AQ. Yeah, Dragonflight Zones probably would have been faster, but oh, I wonder if I could use that scroll again actually now that I've changed it. Forget flying. Just pop me over there. Nice.
Another vision. You saw it too. We all have our...
They're growing stronger for Azeroth.
Nice that they let you skip this. What collector's buff? We only got like a note about it, just like a line, sort of an offhanded line in whatchamacallit. Update preview for 11.17, and they mentioned a temporary buff, like an event of a collector buff that would cause more loot to drop from legacy content. Win some mysterious fortune. All right. So let's go poke something. Let's go find our favorite thing to poke. Maybe there's a seagull or something over here. But as far as I know, we don't... That's kind of all the info that we have for now. So wait to find out more. See if I can survive. What do you think these buttons do? She has a sword and a dagger, so I think that's why they're not letting me use most of my buttons. Because she would need 2 daggers. Let's make sure her loot spec is, yeah, it's assassination. Excuse me, I was promised a bag? I was promised a satchel. Hello? Oh, Twickle. Thank you very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Do I even have an extra? I don't. I could change my spec, but where's the fun in that? I was promised 1 mob. I've always done it in Dragonflight. Were you doing it on 70s? Has to be an elite for a guaranteed satchel? And next character that I do, I will try that. I'll try the 70. I don't like, there is probably an elite that I can fight. I'm just scared. Yeah, let's pick up a quest or something.
I want to see everything.
What is your command?
Any normal mob drops the epic satchel, but I've killed 2 of them already. So what's the big idea? Hi, friends. Hello. Follower dungeon's usually the first mob, and then you just leave the dungeon. Do I need to start the event somehow? Is there an extra requirement? Doesn't have to be elite. Killing the fish outside Valdrakken and it always drops. Killed turtles outside Valdrakken. Okay. Well, maybe Valdrakken is the key then. Because I'm outside Dornegal and it's not looking so good. Even though I do have the buff. Quests and kills in Dragon Isles and Hazelgar and leveling characters have a chance to award mysterious satchels. Should do. Hey, still planning on taking gold farming more seriously. Want to ask, what can you recommend as a good gold farming method? Depends on how much risk you like. They evolve constantly, so anytime there's like a good answer, it's going to be different in the future, depending on how many people do it, what the markets look like. I like raw gold farming because it's not beholden to the whims of the market. Even late in the patch, you can still do just as well. So right now, if I really wanted to crank gold, I would do gold world quests in Undermine because they're fast and easy to get between on as many characters as I could stomach. Whenever they're up, I would start with that. See where that gets you. Gathering not bad. Fishing decent right now. If you can if you can get slum sharks, their prices are starting to crater, but they're not completely dead yet. Anyone know when the buff ends? I think it's late May. I think it's up through the end of May. This poor guy. This character is wearing like dragonflight gear as well. If anybody needed a satchel, it's her. I mean, maybe I could try a follow her dungeon. I don't really want to go back to Veldraken on this character. It's just kind of curious, right? What if this is the beginning of my rogue era? Thanks and happy Friday. Cheers. I'm just annoyed that because I feel like this should work, so I want to know why it doesn't work. I tend to get overly hung up on that kind of thing. If there's no good explanation for why A thing accomplishes the goal and B thing doesn't, it bugs me. Small indie company? Yeah. Doing mining past the will leveling. We'll definitely try it when I get to Undermine. Thanks. Yeah, I like leveling mining as well. They've held value pretty well, the old ores. And I bet you they're going to get a kick when people start leveling legacy professions to prepare for furniture. I'm going to have a quest done at this rate. Maybe I'll for sure get one done then. Turn in some opals.
I read about this. On to adventure.
Alright, well, you get a satchel for turning in a quest, so that's an option. I got a leather helmet and some potions. It's not ideal, but it will do. And we can pop her back to Tornagal for the moment. Multi-dollar company. Mm-hmm. Alright, well, she can sit right here. Well done. Good work. Will do for now. Next character is going outside of Veldraken this time. You know what used to be good gold? Dragon Racing World Quests. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That'll take me to Mudsprocket. Ooh. Let's do Dalaran Stormwind Veldraken. Shall we? This is a warrior. Hopefully she can get some good stuff. Weapons-wise, anyway. I think I'm gonna set her loot spec to arms. Or maybe it should be Fury. Because Fury would do one-handers and two-handers, right? Guess the races don't do them anymore. I still do them, but it's mainly out of habit, more so than anything else. I feel like they trained me into doing them back when they were rewarding, and now, even though they've dropped off the reward, still just a big old sucker for it. Born of the Northern Sea, thank you very much for the 48-month resub. Hazel, how are you? And all the wee fur babies and the Hazel person to be. We're doing good. We're doing good. Thanks for asking. We got a lot of IRL stuff going on right now, so we're all a little busy, a little stressed. Been out of the house hunting quite a bit recently, and Musa and Kira have both been a little miffed because they don't come along for the ride. They have to wait at home. Now let's go kill a turtle or something and see if that gets Crinkle her satchel. And you're saying I can do this once a day? Because if this is no good, we can also do... Alright. Hello? That did give a satchel. Alright. That gave me pauldrons. Which, curiously, already had. I leveled a Clothy, though. How would I have gotten the Mysterious Pauldrons? They don't know they'll be getting an amazing new house. Maybe. Hopefully. I had this big dream of like, oh man, when it's my place, it's going to be peace and quiet. And increasingly, it's looking like, oh, it's my place. I'm going to need to scout and vet and book various tradespeople to come help me remediate various damage and maintenance tasks. There's apparently a concept called maintenance debt, which is when you're looking to buy a house that the previous owners or tenants did not care about and were just kind of like letting things pile up and not dealing with them and making them worse over time. So that when you move in, if you want to not live like that, you would have like a ton of stuff to fix right off the top because these people have been not dealing with things as they've been coming up for various reasons anyway. Oh, this character's level 80. She can't help me. That's not going to work. Worked on Dragonflight Dragon appearance achieved yesterday of all things. Discovered I'm only one off of most. Oh, nice. Description got to work out. Dornigal. I should probably just port her to Voldraken because it seems like that's more reasonable. I was reading a bajillion posts and stories about people talking about like various fence related disputes and topics because I was like, well, if you share a fence with a neighbor, who owns the fence? Whose land is it on? Is it on the line? Is it half mine and half theirs? Do we collaborate? What if I want to replace it but they can't afford it? What if they want to replace it but I can't afford it? And apparently these are all common things that neighbors deal with all the time. Generally boils down to talk to your neighbor. The one that built it? What if neither one of you built it and it was there when both of you moved in? Fence law, as I read up on, apparently varies dramatically from place to place. Even within the states, it'll vary from state to state, and there's all kinds of different things that go into it. So you'd have to look up locally, and then also talking to a neighbor would be a good idea. I was thinking about it because some of these places have fences and some of them don't, and fences are expensive. And also, I have a dog, so when I do get a place, even if it doesn't come with a good fence, I'm gonna want to look into that. What am I doing, Vildraken? Am I on the wrong end of the hall? I am on the wrong end of the hall. What's your Galagia rewards at? I want to say not 20. How do I check it? Hmm. 10. The fence thing usually boils down to is one of you an a-hole. That is kind of what the internet was saying. Neighbor and myself worked together, fixed our shared fence DIY style. That's the dream. Yeah, property line would matter. Apparently, in some places, there's like some weird murky property line thing where people will like compromise to put fences on so-and-so's property, or maybe they want to go around a tree and they don't want to cut down the tree, so they kind of like reach agreements with neighbors to go like on this side of the line and that side of the line. But it gets complicated because in some areas there are laws where if property has been on one side of the fence or like accessible to one party for like 20 years or more, they basically like get squatters rights to it. Like it's very weird. There are good reasons to not let other people build things on your property because you can actually lose it eventually, but like just wild. People get into crazy disputes over so-and-so poured their driveway here, or so-and-so put their fence there, or so-and-so is planting trees here. I don't know why I'm trying to read every possible stress that a homeowner could have, but it's not good for me. I'm just trying to worry about all of them in advance. It's tough. I want privacy, but I'm not exactly shopping with a privacy budget. Utility easement between us and our neighbors. No shared fence for us. Yeah, and some people will have like back-to-back fences where they each have a fence that kind of abut each other, but then you end up with like a no man's land between the fences that can be difficult to maintain.
Reclaim any that you can find.
I live in the Pacific Northwest. There's mold everywhere. It's exciting if there's not mold. Oh, got a gun. Mysterious Sharpshooter. Is it a good one? No. It's actually not better than my Dragonflight Season 3 one. Good to know. Hearthstone would take me to where if I wanted to Hearth? Just out of curiosity. Dornigal. Interesting. Okay. I think I'm going to actually just pop her back into Veldraken. Nice. Don't worry, be happy. There was a horrifying screenshot going around of somebody whose outlet in their kitchen, or just an outlet in their home, had been kind of like coming out of place. And they pulled the outlet cap off, and it had a huge profusion of oyster mushrooms on the back of it. Because I guess they had such water damage in their home that their walls were literally like feeding crops of mushrooms. It looked really cool and also horrifying. Absolute nightmare fuel. That is a complicated fix. What am I doing? I want to go not to Mudsprocket. Probably this way. And then there was like a fine dust on like the floor and everything, and it was spores. No, thank you. No. Mushrooms can stay outside. Some Last of Us territory. Going to here. I always forget about all the extra hunters I have. Saw that picture. It looked like ground zero for The Last of Us. Mushrooms are friends and food. Yeah, as long as they're not eating your walls. Had a fence recently installed, and the contractor stated they installed a few inches inside, so it doesn't intrude across the line. Yeah, I've heard that's standard practice so that you can kind of service both sides of the fence, but depending on what's on the other side of that fence, that may or may not be realistic or reasonable. A lot of the fences of places that I'm looking at are kind of piecemealed together between various neighbors, so it's probably just kind of an ad hoc thing. I just want like a little private sanctuary where no one can see me. And I'm starting to realize that's kind of hard to find. Like a backyard where you don't have like your neighbor's home or deck or street or whatever overlooking it. So this time we got a bolt thrower, which I think is, again, going to be not actually an upgrade, but it is a transmog. And we'll take it. Found a fried mouse. Oh dear. My brain wanted to read that as field mouse, but nope. Fried mouse sticking out of an electrical socket in the basement. Sad, kind of hilarious. Oh dear. I had to do the fence around my entire property. None of my neighbors had one. I would almost prefer that because then at least I can put it on my land. Yes, it's expensive, but you can put it on your land. You can decide exactly what you want. You can face it whichever direction you want. And you don't need to coordinate with anybody's like schedules or anything to get it put in. A lot of these characters getting weapons. I guess not all of them. My rogue didn't get a weapon and she could have used one. But fencing's really expensive. Even cheap fencing's expensive. So I say I want that. I probably don't. What am I doing? Let's sprocket. I think we're doing the exact same thing we just did. I think that worked good. Dollar on Hearthstone to Stormwind to Veldraken. Pop a mob. Head back to town. I think whenever I do finally move, I'm going to be... Oh, I'm a horde. First cache is increased weapon drops. Built our friends as well, just kept it within our property line. Yeah. I think that when I finally move, I'm going to be really stressed and uncomfortable for a while because moving just sucks. Like, not only all of the different things that you have to deal with, but also like that feeling of being uprooted and not being comfortable in your new area yet. I feel like I kind of nest into wherever it is that I live. So if I've been in a place for a while, I'm like completely comfortable like walking up and down the street or like, I don't know, I know where everything is in the area. I know most of the people around here. You know, I would walk my dog at night in my pajamas and not think twice about it. But when you move to a brand new place, it's not like that. And all of a sudden you're like a stranger and you're uncomfortable. And it's like this mix of everything's changed. And my safe spot's new and different. And I think it's going to take a while to kind of settle in again. I'm doing delves as a mage. What should I have my companion set as? I had him DPSing. But if you are having trouble with health, I would swap him to healing. I would not have him tank because I don't think that you're going to be able to keep him healed, and Bran likes to get himself into trouble. I would start with DPS and I would switch him to healer if you run into issues. Should I do the fishy? Tank me. Bran with mage is awful. Yeah, there's another weapon. It has been giving me a lot of weapons. Also a bag. Although, this character doesn't really need the bag. Okay. Rested. This is fun though, because this is something that finally uses all of these characters. Moves them to a new spot. Oh, I should respect somebody as survival so I can get a polearm. Stormwind. Yes, please. What's this character? This is a hunter as well? Yeah. Oh, this was my remix hunter. This was Squidgy. That's right. So we're gonna spec her as survival. Yeah, she's already spec'd as survival, so that's good. Just to have a chance at polearm. Makes me regret leveling a 10 to 80. Yeah, I guess to some extent my procrastination has paid off. But you could also do basically the same thing with brand new characters, especially if you make them as allied races that start at level 10. Because you don't need to be in Dragon, or you don't need to be in, you can get to Dragonflight at level 10. This is just kind of a convenient, that's all. What are you doing? I am trying to collect transmog from the Mysterious Satchels from the current leveling event buff by taking all of my 70 characters, or at least all of my non-clothy 70s, and killing one mob for one epic Mysterious Satchel, generally right outside of Eldraken. So take him to the bridge. I think I'm kind of narrowing in on the spot that I like. Yeah, so there's the satchel. Pop it open. That one gave me a polearm, which is exactly what I wanted. Mysterious Spade. Now that I've got that, I'll probably pop her loot spec back. I have been getting a lot of weapons. And I can take her inside and do the next one. Pretty fast, actually. If I look at all the things... Yeah, follower dungeons I've heard is good too. Unique models? Like the Timely Tourist set from the anniversary event. I definitely didn't end up getting all of that. So yeah, these are the things that we're looking for. Pack of weapons. And then different armor types. I think these things are basically being repeated. There's not actually 216 of them. Okay. Time for Krabby. We'll do the follower dungeon thing this time. See how quick it is. Here, yeah, you go to Stormwind. It's been so long since I've logged into them. They're like, are you sure you want to be in the Western Plaguelands? So we'll do follower dungeon, Jade, or Ruby Life Pools. Enter. They are all listed under the 4 different satchels, right? So it's not as long of a grind as it looks. We'll do loot spec enhancement. And we will kill
Alex draws
this
a
first
charge
mob
us with protecting the life pools from the primalist.
with Lust. I don't even know what I am. I'm enhancement right now. There's the satchel. And then we leave the group. When the AI rise up and take over with a list of grievances, they can hold this against me. I didn't want a ring. I mean, I'll wear it, but that's not transmog. Looked at rogue, you want to be outlaw. Gotcha, okay. You can get him for doing the time walking weekly under level 80. Nice. Thank you, Janny Doe. Good afternoon, Hazel. Good afternoon. Ring. Boo. Yeah, I do like this. I do like this tech. This is good. Yeah, he can just live in this inn. He doesn't even need to move. Pardon me.
Alex Raza charged us with protecting
I might,
the
the one, I guess, drawback of doing it this way with follower dungeons is if you have enough characters, you're probably going to hit instance tab.
Any threat on these sacred grounds.
Because you could easily do this 10 times an hour. Here's the mysterious drill-tipped stave. But I think we've done enough of them now that we probably won't run out of instances. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we still could run out of instances. Never mind. I'll take another one to Voldraken. It's not that hard. That works out too. This character is currently balanced. This is a Tauren druid. Plus, they're going to get, what, 0.1% of a level every time I do this? We're leveling the Yelt army, I swear. It counts. Ophelia, thank you very much for the 8-month resub. Appreciate it. If we persist with this and we find that we're not really doing very well off of the one kill per day thing, then we can always just pick a character of the armor type that we want and just actually level it. Heaven forbid. Have so many characters at 71 from logging them in to do holiday boss dailies. Yeah, it's nice to have them for that. Gears the undergeared ones after a few days. Yeah. Surprising amount of mine still have some gear from Dragonflight. I don't remember. I guess they gave catch-up gear at the end of the expansion, so it would make sense for them to have like at least Primalist gear. If you just pop up the road a little bit, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we could do the fish. I should probably pop the potions they're getting as well. Gave me a torch, which is a one-handed mace. That's a weapon I actually needed the appearance from. You know, actually, they don't always give you the XP potion right off the bat. I kind of thought it was guaranteed, but it's not. Interesting. I forgot I had an orc shaman. She's cute. Her name does not match her vibe, I don't think. She doesn't really look like a honey plum. I don't know what character I thought I was going to make when I saved that name, because I had the name saved for ages before I made the alt. Wondering if the bag is guaranteed. I don't think that it is. Love your guide videos. Thank you very much. See what we can do here. It's funny seeing where I've left all of them. That one was still outside of Blackwing Lair. Remember when I was trying to farm for like the rares that were only sometimes up that would drop Mog that I needed? She just needs a... You're right. You're absolutely right. She does just need a more honey plum looking outfit. That would sort her right out. Especially now that we've got some springtime mugs. We could do... So she's elemental presently. I'm gonna go down to this road. Turtles? Turtles. Or something. So yeah, if you're gonna do this, definitely Dragonflight, not War Within. So that gave me ring, boo. I'll still wear it. And then our potion. She did not get a bag. Oh no, she did. Fortuitous Satchel. She did get a bag. It's cool that the bags are warbound too. Palia has a beekeeper outfit and I adore it. I think the trading post continually leaning more into that. Yeah, I love the costumey mogs. I wear them more than most things. I would say the majority of my characters have case in point. Pretty darn costumey mogs on. I forgot that I put Bokoa into that. He's only 67, but it'll still work. Orgrimmar, yes. I forgot about this. I remembered putting him in the troll heritage armor after he earned it. Oh dear. Should I meet Abyssian in Orgrimmar? Or should I should just take the portal there. Does he not have heroic leap? Dear. Okay, looks like the portal will work, which is good. Kitty, you using the dog bed again? She hasn't done that for I feel like a couple of months. Just perfectly cat-sized. You gonna stay there? You setting up camp? Thinking about it. I don't know why he doesn't have heroic leap. Oh, because his talents got reset. Let's at least starter build him. Okay. She's cute. She's been camping the door lately. I have to open the door very slowly because she'll be right behind it generally. So I just like creak it open and then she meows whenever the door touches her like, how could you? Which is funny because it's like, what did you think was gonna happen? That's why you're there. It didn't give me anything on my first kill. I wonder if it's because I'm not 70? Oh no, there we go, second kill. Da-da-da-da. And a sword, nice. Plus he gets a bottle of wisdom. And a satchel. Mysterious sword. We must be getting the list narrowed down a little bit. We just must be. 10 plus. 10 to 79 is what the satchels can be. That guy was 67. See, you are a collector. Did you have to buy a lot of stuff? Some things I get with gold on the auction house, but for the most part, I prefer to farm things solo. That is the majority of what I like to do. We have, I wonder, here, can we turn them on for everybody? Does that actually work? Didn't realize this was a thing now, doing the same thing. Yeah, it's not the most, like, life-changing of Mog, but it seems like an easy way to get it. So I kind of want to do it while while it's available. Because you can only do this while this current leveling event's going on. Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff in Orgrimmar. I was just gonna look for the event, but yikes. This is, I can tell that this is one of my remix alts because of his guild. There we go. So I have officially half. So we've done pretty good. I was starting at 30-something% today. And just for the pieces that we've got from poking around, we're up to 50% collected. I'll do prod this time. Couldn't speak to what my action bars are doing, but that's fine. I think his action bars got flipped, actually, I think is what happened. Because, I don't know, I switched inputs or something. I did something since the last time I played this guy. There we go. Good. One Mysterious Satchel containing a shield. We got the shield. All right. Shield acquired. Problem solved. Puts me up to 51.8. Are there places I've got to 100% on? There are probably instances. I don't know about outdoor zones, though. I don't know about outdoor zones. That's tougher. I know when we first started doing the instance collecting, I was going back and grinding through like classic instances, and we were getting decently far there. Makes me feel better. It's a huge game with just an enormous amount of stuff in it. Cute kitty. That's my girl Kira. Surely you've 100%ed Exile's Reach? Outdoor zones. Exile's Reach. 98.85. Tunk has not dropped me his toothpick, which is funny because I actually really like that appearance. Or his Whomper. I would need to get I would need to use 2 hand-wielding characters through Exile's Reach. And then get those things to drop. Also missing a Tunk weapon. The rest of it, though. It's funny. Tunk's weapon is a recolor of a wad weapon that I used as a transmog. It's a polearm, but I transmogged it as a staff on my Resto Druid for years and years. That was like my go-to Ardrid Mog. Favorite one. Okay. Satchel. Da-da-da. And an axe. Got a 2-handed axe. Perfect. Delightful. Puts us to 53.7. It does seem very, very heavily weighted. Or at least these Dragon Isles ones. It's occurring to me that the one satchel that I did where I got a armor piece. It wasn't a... It was on that rogue that was having a hard time getting her satchel and didn't get it until she did a quest. So maybe there's something to that. We'll see tomorrow. I forgot about this. We'll see tomorrow about what kind of items these characters are getting. What are you trying to get? Transmog. Any mog that I don't have collected yet. I have all of the cloth set, but I need the armor sets for the other 3 armor types, as well as a assortment of weapons. This poor character's transmog. She deserves better.
Francis, lucky goose and root.
Sometimes I end up with transmog sets that are kind of like copied. Like I end up with multiple copies of the same one. That's a nice one.
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels.
This was my Dragonflight main. When in doubt, next mog to the high-res tier 2. Moose Shrink. I like that she's just living it up, too. Is there a holy grail for collectors that they usually buy in the auction house? I think it would vary person to person. I think there are some items that are extremely expensive and coveted that would be good on the auction house, but different collectors might vary on how they want to go about getting those things, or if they want to go about getting those things. Like a Papal Fez is an example. It's like a red cloth hat that's very rare. The Deckhands shirt. The I forget what the Honey Smasher is called, but the Glazer, I think, is actually what it is. It's like a mace from Outdoor World Drop. Only thing I bought so far was the Honey Glazer. Yeah, that's a good one. Transmog's a tough sell. You have to be willing to be patient if you're trying to sell transmog. Oh, no, got a belt. Can give you armor. And given that it was male, it was a belt that I needed. That puts us to 55. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weapons left that I need. Agi Dagger, one-handed strength axe. 2 different one-handed strength axes. Pole arm, another Agi Dagger. There's a super rare mog drop from the islands that people chase. Giant mace, forgot the name. Wow, how did it get to 1155? I thought for sure I could do all these characters. Yeah, the bag seems to be a pretty guaranteed drop, at least outdoors in Dragonflight areas on a 70 plus character. Follower dungeons seem also consistent and work well. So you can just pop in, kill a mob, leave. You can get many purple bags in a day. It's just that the first one's very fast to get because it seems more or less guaranteed. But if you kept playing the character and leveling it, you'll get more bags. If you're specifically trying to collect one transmog set, it's probably better to just level a character of that armor type because you'll get all the stuff many times over. Yeah, no problem. Here's a satchel containing plate gloves. Perfect. And she's out of here. to go to Mud Sprocket. I'll take her to Dalaran. Anything an alt army parked on a rare spawn point could farm? Yeah, because they could queue for a follower dungeon. That's how you would do it without needing to leave your position. Is just queue for a Dragonflight follower dungeon. Depending on what level your alt army is, though. But I wonder if they gave a Warglaive. Kill one mob, get your satchel. You'd be good. You don't even need to finish the dungeon. You could, but you don't have to. Follower dungeons. Ruby life pools. Doesn't even matter what role you take. Someone remind me how to grapple in the Siren Isle? Memory is wiped of that place. Hopefully someone can, because I'm not sure.
Alex Raza charged us with protecting.
It doesn't have to be an elite. In Dragon Isles, I was just killing non-elite mobs and getting it on the first pull, more or less.
Ensure the eggs are safe and eliminate any threat on these sacred grounds.
Those are pants? Leather pants. Good. Keep forgetting to farm for the guitar mace for the Dark Moon DK. Yeah, I am gonna not. These characters don't need to be out here anymore. Now that I'm just about to wrap up my stream, I'm less worried about burning my instance lockout. I feel like I can just do the follower dungeon thing until it won't let us in anymore. Yeah, sure. Pop me to Stormwind. Flower dungeon. Life pool seems good. Remember when I made a dwarf paladin? Because I don't. I know it was remixed, but I don't remember it at all.
Alex Raza charged us with protecting the life pools from
Yeah, I could not find any visible differences between the fishing event smasher and the actual one. Even though you're right, all the things thinks that they're different. I couldn't find any actual differences. Two-handed axe. Mollywobble. All the things can usually distinguish between shared appearances and different IDs. And same appearance, different IDs, though. It usually can tell that. So it's a bit strange that it's not. It's an outlier for sure. What loot spec do I want? Probably Windwalker, honestly.
Alex Raza charged us with protecting the life pools from the Primalists. I pray they...
Am I healing? Technically. Ooh, touch of death. Counts. That gave me a hatchet. One of the one-handed axes. Excellent. I was hoping for that. Sorry, Captain Garrick. I like to imagine that the follower dungeon NPCs are just waiting the beginning of Ruby Life Pools being like, why do these people keep leaving? I think I can skip all the priests, actually, because I have the cloth set, and I have the caster weapons already, so I think I can just blow right by that. Comfy kitty. Hoping for leather armor, I think.
Alex Raza charged us with protecting the life pools from the Primalists. I pray they have not infiltrated too deeply. Ensure the eggs are safe and eliminate any threat on these sacred grounds.
Ring. Not even wearable. She actually had season rings. That's okie dokie. No problem. I want to see, just for science, if I can do this on Wormbin. Just out of curiosity. Will it work? Poor guy. He's my male Pandaren Death Knight. Follower dungeons,
Heroes of the
ruby life
Alliance,
pools.
The Dragon Isles have
Yeah.
awakened and beckon the dragonflights home. Meet me in Stormwind, where I shall present
He's
the
so
aspect's
angry.
invitation.
I don't even know what spec I am. I'm Death Knight spec. He doesn't even have class colors on. There we go.
Alexstrasza charged us with protecting the life pools from the Primalists.
Press buttons.
I
1, 2,
pray
3,
they
4.
have not infiltrated too deeply. Ensure the eggs are safe and eliminate any threat
Working on
on
notes.
these sacred
I am
grounds.
trying to collect gear or transmog appearances from these mysterious satchels from the leveling event. That gave me the polearm, which I did in fact need. Strength polearm. We did quite well on weapons today. And that does work, by the way, so you can totally use a level 10 plus character. You could probably just keep making them if you wanted to. Pandas have such good animation sets, but look so goofy. I want to check. I am wrapping up for today, but I want to check and see how much progress I made on those mysterious satchels. Oh, I guess it's not going to show them until I go to Dragon Isles. We can do this. Can I just like
the
skip?
hero I spoke of.
I mean, you can skip by just like flying out there. That works too. Oh, that doesn't fly. Sorry, buddy. No, never mind. Have a hard time playing different classes, get used to my druid, then feel stupid when I try to play my warlock because I forget how. Yeah, I get that. What's the fire effect you have on your character's body? Ooh, no idea. Yeah, I kind of wish you could get the extra stuff leveling through any expansion, not just Dragonflight, but it is what it is. Alright, so yeah, we made it up to 61% of these, and I think I started at 30 or so, so that's pretty good for... We didn't even spend that much time on it. This is basically the list of stuff that I still need. So, a handful of armor appearances for these guys, and then only 3 more weapons left. So yeah, no reason for me to do it on my clothies, because I leveled a clothies, so I got them all that way. And, yeah. Should be fun. I am finished for today. I'll be back tomorrow is my plan. It's Saturday. Saturday morning stream. As always, if I end up having a last minute house showing that I have to go to, I will update on Discord and change the title of the stream to indicate that I'm going to be late. But otherwise, I will see you in the morning. 9 a.m. Pacific is when I tend to get on. Appreciate the company. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.